What do the Americans call it? Junk mail?
Sorry?
More bump from the professional and executive register.
Any free samples of fertiliser?
Fertiliser?
Yes, have you seen your lovely turf today?
What?
It's turned a peculiar shade of yellow. Think it might need a fertiliser.
Mother Nature will solve that little problem. Just you wait a week or so.
Pity she can't solve mine for me.
Or mine. What's yours?
Highlighting exactly what our grievances are on the Brookside end of this estate.
Oh.
I'm going to the meeting tomorrow night, and I must have a comprehensive list of all our grievances.
I see.
The way things are, it all seems so futile. I feel I'm going there under false pretenses. Well, here I am, one woman plugging away trying to get things done. Brookside Ratepayers Association's a travesty.
You could have reminded me. I've said you'll go with me.
I mentioned it days ago.
But you can go out with her any time.
Her just happens to be Polly and a friend,
Yes,
not anyone.
but you can see her any time. You're with her all day, every day.
Oh, I suppose you've forgotten I'm on a crash course unless I'm away from the office all week. And what's wrong with seeing your client at lunchtime?
It's not convenient.
Well, going out with him tonight is not convenient for me. Do you not think I'm entitled to a little relaxation? I've got to get through this revision. Got to.
But Bill Seymour's going to pay. Now, if I know him, it'll be somewhere like the Orioles, somewhere really good. Now, what could be more relaxing than that? You'll love it.
Look, Roger, tonight all I want is a quiet meal with a good friend.
Good friend?
She is a good friend. In fact, at the moment, she's the best.
Do you know they've had some pretty remarkable successes one way or another? Paul?
Sorry?
The district ratepayers. They've had some remarkable successes.
Who's that chap who runs them? Always got his name in the paper.
Robin Tate. Does have a talent for publicity.
Personal publicity.
That gets things done. PL brochure. Did you send for that?
Why not?
The Maestro's really lovely, isn't it? What do you think?
And it's British.
Perhaps you could specify a Maestro for your new company car. You never know, Paul. Perhaps we don't need those brochures.
I hardly think so. The parent company operates from Dusseldorf.
I suppose a Mercedes would be too much to ask.
I've got to face the facts, Anna. Is this interview I have today going to be any more successful than the others?
I'm not spending all night with Polly, you know. I'm just having a quiet meal and then home to study. I've got to do at least 10 hours a day revision for the next few weeks. And while you're on about time, Roger, how long do I have to wait for that 4-poster bed you're supposed to be building?
I have to catch a train in 1 minute's time.
Right, well, that settles it. As soon as I leave college tonight, I'm going to buy a bed.
We'll have to discuss this, Heather.
There's nothing to discuss.
We can't keep spending money for the sake of it. For an accountant, you've got a damn funny idea.
Oh, don't give me that. I know you'll never build a bed by staring at stupid plans. And I also know that by the time you bought the timber and the screws and the refinements that you keep going on and on about, it'll be cheaper and quicker to walk into a shop and write a check.
It won't.
It will.
It's purely a question of time. I'll build it.
Oh, be realistic. You'll never find the time.
There's the train.
Right, I mean it. As soon as I leave college tonight, I'm buying a bed.
Discuss it first.
I'm not discussing it.
Goodbye.
And don't forget I won't be here tonight, so you better make your own way home.
Maybe they did need a younger man for that first post. Someone who would go and live abroad and take part in the cut and thrust. But equally, perhaps, they now need someone more stable. Well, someone with a solid piece of experience behind him. Someone who'll push the company steadily forward. Someone like you, Paul.
It's still rather up, Anna.
Oh, that's no way to view it. You said yourself you'd have fitted in perfectly in that place. Well, now they've backed your opinion of yourself. You must see that.
Yes, and as I said, as an also-ran.
Make it sound like a horse race. Anyway, you wouldn't be runner-up. You'd be what the job description says. Deputy Production Manager. An important part of the company. There's no question of you being inferior. Anyway, you don't have to be there till later today, so What about deciding which model we'd like? But you must have a preference. I really do like that Maestro, don't you?
Yeah, it looks like a good buy. Quite low on petrol and all the rest. Pretty nippy.
Dead right for your image.
How come?
A Maestro for a Maestro?
Now, how about tonight?
Oh, we can go another night, honest.
Oh, there's no need to be that grateful. I mean, I know you'd prefer to be out with some dishy bloke, but have been looking forward to it.
Oh, I know. But you've stuck your neck out for me already today. I don't want you in lumber with Roger. If he says it's important, you know...
everything's important to Roger when he wants his own way. No, I've said I'm going out for a meal and I mean it. Like you say, Polly, I mean, with all this studying, God, I need a break.
Perhaps you should go out with Roger just tonight.
No, I've told you, it can't always be geared to what he wants to do, especially at the moment.
Is it getting tough?
You mean the course?
Well, that, yeah. But you and Rog aren't...
I know. He just isn't sympathetic at the moment. He doesn't seem to be worried, really, that my qualification is important.
I'm sure he is.
Everything's him. The big I am. You know, Polly, he goes on about me going out tonight. Well, he's working night after night for that firm.
He is after his partnership, isn't he? Look, you're just both going through a rough patch.
Oh, I'll survive. I just wish it was all over. I seem to have been sitting exams all my life. It'd be really nice if I can leave it behind.
They're coming up soon. You're going to pass?
We'll see.
Of course you are.
Well, I jolly well hope so. I couldn't bear to go through all this again. My life's not my own. That's what's so annoying about Roger. I mean, how can he expect me to drop everything this week to entertain his precious client, someone I don't even know?
Good to see you again, Paul.
Yes, thank you for writing.
I think we can dispense with the across-the-desk approach on this one. Too damn big for my liking anyway. There. There's not much point in this either. I think we have a pretty thorough rundown of your experience, don't we? Are you actually in post anywhere at the moment?
No luck as yet, I'm afraid.
Well, it doesn't pay to go chasing every advertisement. Best use the experience you have, if possible.
Easier said than done.
Well, we'll see what we can do about that. Now, you got the general picture last time you were here for interview.
Yes, I did. How's the new chap getting on?
Bill Whitney, yes. Do you know him?
No, I don't think so.
Well, he's a very capable man. He's worked in West Germany, the United States.
I just wondered if everything had gone all right, if you'd found a suitable chap.
Oh, yes, we're very pleased with him. Which brings me right to the point. Dusseldorf have decided to put a considerable amount of investment our way. 3 million in all. So Bill's hands are going to be full for the next few years.
Oh, so he needs someone behind him.
Yeah, well, not exactly behind him. The point is, we're changing the emphasis from powders to resins. And Bill will be taking quite a number of people with him.
I see.
We're continuing with powders, of course, but there will be some reduction in resources, manpower and so on.
Have you any figures on that?
Things haven't been decided yet.
Is any investment planned for powders?
Well,
There isn't?
not as yet.
It does sound rather like the tail end of things.
Well, there's still a continuing demand for the product. It's our traditional merchandise, after all. No, the point is, we need a man with your kind of experience to look after powders. Now, I know you set up a department for petrochem in the late 60s when this kind of product took off.
Yes, I did. And now I'm to be in at the close by the look of it.
No, I wouldn't put it that way.
Well, it does seem rather like a job for the office junior, doesn't it?
Well, hardly that.
Overalls rather than pinstripes, though.
I know it's not exactly what you'd like to take on, but I assure you, Paul, it is a real job.
Never dreamt I'd be in this position, ever.
You know the pay rates?
Oh, yes, they're fine. For something like this.
You're not the first person to have been dealt a bad hand, Paul. Not the way things are.
I know. It's just...
Well, it's yours if you want it.
Well, I'll have to give it some thought. A couple of days?
Of course. But don't make it any longer.
For hours.
Went for a drive. My last chance to give the car a decent run.
I was worried about you. It's nearly time to go and collect Lucy.
Oh, sorry.
Well, does it go?
Oh, I've been offered the job,
Oh, darling, that's wonderful.
but I don't want it.
What?
I don't want it. I've got a day or two to decide, but it's not what I want.
You mean you're going to turn it down? But why, Paul? This morning it
It's
seemed...
a job for a dog's body.
What?
It's an insult to my experience. I'm not going to run after the man whose job I should have got. As far as I'm concerned, I'd be nothing but the office boy.
You can't mean it.
I do mean it. Oh, yeah, the money's not bad at all. But it's not for the like of me.
It seems so right for you. The sort of work you were used to in your old job.
Well, at the moment, Anna, I'm not so sure. You know, I'm beginning to think I need something new. A complete change.
Well, you might be pleased to know I didn't feel like shopping today. But I will. I want a bed, not the crown jewels, dear. No! You're more than welcome to a candlelit dinner with Bill Seymour. Goodbye. I'll see you later. Polly, he won't give up.
As a client?
And the bed. You'd think I was buying. I don't know. He blithely spends hundreds on a burglar alarm. Will you be long?
No, not long.
Do you fancy a short shopping trip? Well, window shopping anyway.
Not for beds.
Oh yes, for a nice, economically priced double bed. We can have a drink then before we eat.
Great. Have you decided where we're going yet?
No, I was leaving it up to you. Your idea.
Fancy Greek? Italian then?
Ah, I just like a nice, peaceful meal.
How about Laos? They won't be crowded this evening.
Ooh, Chinese. Now that I do fancy. Well, I tell you what, Polly. When I've done these exams and you're Mr. Thomas's assistant, we're going to have a really good night out. Agreed?
Agreed. The nerve of him. Just blocking our way.
He's hopeless. He left the boat half in the road and half out the other day.
Well, he really is blocking our way. I'll have to tell him.
Annabelle, love, I didn't realise.
Well, it completely blocks our access.
Sorry.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't want to make a fuss.
I won't let it happen again, love.
All right, then.
Hello, Lucy.
Alan?
Anyway, you won't be seeing this heap broken down in the middle of the close for much longer. I get the new one shortly, just as soon as I've decided on the colour.
Another new car on the close.
It's a nice job. Nice and smart. You won't mind having this one around.
You're not another rails.
No, it's an Escort, XR3. Lovely motor.
We're getting a Maestro. Paul and I decided this morning.
Oh, yeah. I like them. Talking instruments and everything. I wouldn't mind messing about with them. You'll have to let me have a go in it. Won't you, Lucy? It's just up my street, that is.
No, well, we will only be getting the basic one, not the one with computers.
Oh,
You're very welcome to come and look at it, though.
but not with the computers and instruments.
No, actually, I think I'd find it a bit off-putting. Who wants a bossy lady telling them what to do?
Fasten your seatbelts.
I've heard her on the adverts. I quite fancied her.
Oh, yeah.
Hello, Dad. I'm surprised you missed that one.
Missed what?
Him across the way. He just parked his car any old how.
You just can't be cross with him, though. He's like an overgrown child. Do you know, he was really disappointed because our Maestro's not going to be the one with computers.
Silly fool. He said he's getting an Escort. I don't know, all these new cars. What do you stand to make on your deal, Dad?
That's hardly your concern, Lucy. Nothing to do with you, do you hear?
I'm sorry, I only asked. See, I better go upstairs and get...
Not until you've confirmed the truth.
Dad!
In front of your mother.
Paul, what on earth's going on?
This is what I'm talking about. This ban the bomb nonsense. I suppose you thought I wouldn't read it, didn't you?
Have you been in my room?
It was left on that chair.
You've been in my room!
Gordon had it this morning. Now, what is the fuss?
She's confessed her deceit in this rag.
You had no right to read it!
It's my house. I'll read what I damn well like.
Yeah, well then now you know.
Paul, what is going on?
It's all in this, by Lucy Collins. Chapter and verse on what she was really doing when we thought she was staying the night at the Gossages.
I went to an all-night vigil for the CND, that's all.
Lucy.
Is that all you can say? She deliberately and willfully deceived us, telling us she couldn't get back and had to stay over, and all the time she was God knows where involved in this nonsense.
It's not nonsense.
I don't care whether it is or it isn't. The point is this, you deceived us. You told us bare-faced lies.
Well, I had to.
Sick to think about it. Anything could have happened to you. You could have been...
Well, I'm here, aren't I? Unharmed.
You told us lies. And you openly boast about it. She actually says she lied to her parents so she could stay out overnight, and gives comments from other people. Slips of girls have done exactly the same thing. I'm disgusted with you, Lucy.
We were protesting about nuclear weapons. It's more important
It most
than...
certainly is not. Not more important than destroying the trust between yourself and your parents.
Exactly.
Look, I stayed out one night, for God's sake.
Well, it won't happen again.
Wherever you say you're going now, we won't be able to believe you. Don't you realise that?
Who are these people you're involved with, eh?
They're just people.
Decent people? I doubt it.
Yes, they are.
Oh, yes. Well, they're not my idea of decent people. The CND business. Just an excuse for anarchy.
There are all kinds of decent people involved in CND. Doctors, lawyers, scientists. In other words, even the middle classes.
I suppose they were standing out all night in Liverpool with you lot, were they?
I don't know.
Well, I didn't see any of them mentioned or quoted in your article.
I didn't speak to everyone.
It's the people you did speak to that worry me. Filling your head with all kinds of nonsense. I know how these people work. I've seen similar tactics in Malaya and Aden. Gulling the masses into supporting the movement.
Look, it isn't like that.
Isn't it?
No, I happen to be committed to their aims. I don't need to be persuaded.
A lot of good that'll do you.
It's another voice against nuclear weapons. Something which involves all of us. You and Mum included.
And I happen to be talking about Lucy Collins, our daughter. You may have forgotten in the middle of all this, but I haven't. You've got O-levels coming up in a matter of weeks.
So?
Lucy, your father is talking sense.
How are you going to pass them? With your head full of cruise missiles, ban the bomb and all the rest of it, eh?
I am working.
There's little sign of it.
You know I am.
That article didn't write itself. How many evenings were sacrificed to that?
Well, I can't work flat out all the time.
At this stage of your life, you've damn well got to.
And for what?
For your future. Do you want to end up like a lot of other young people nowadays? No jobs, no qualifications?
I'm telling you, it's touch and go out there. Tougher than it was in my day.
Well, it's academic as far as I'm concerned.
Working for your future?
There won't be any if we're not careful.
Lucy, don't you realise how fortunate you are?
Look, Mum, it doesn't make any difference. When it happens, we'll all be in the same position. Dead.
Don't be ridiculous.
Well, what's the good of a GCE when we all face that kind of an end?
I've never heard anything so stupid in all my life, and from you of all people.
So, it's just not worth it, eh?
No, nothing is anymore.
Is it just me?
You don't mind a walk instead of a drink?
Not me.
I haven't had any fresh air for days, and it's better for the figure.
I'm the one to worry about that, not you.
We can always have a jog.
Get lost, ruin my appetite.
Oh, this makes a change in that stuffy classroom we've got. Oh, do you know, Polly, I stayed on 5 minutes at the end to see a lecture about a book. And he kept me there for half an hour. I was almost asleep. He kept gassing on.
He probably fancies you something rotten.
Perhaps he does. But there are other women. About 10 of us and all. But mostly, though, you know, as chinless wonders.
Dozens of creeper crawlies, eh?
Why does this profession attract them so much?
They can't all be like Crawler.
They're worse.
You're joking.
I'm not. There's this horror from Bevington or somewhere. And he makes Crawley look like Robert Redford.
Do you fancy a race?
A race?
Yeah, see that big tree over there? And back to the car, And whoever loses buys wine, okay? On your marks, get set.
You're mad.
Annabelle.
Yes, darling?
I think I got it wrong today. The interview?
You mean you've changed your mind?
No, I mean I got the interview wrong. I was knocked for six somehow. I mean, think of all the interviews I've handled myself.
They offered you the job?
Yes, but despite that, even if the job had been worth having, particularly then, I wasn't projecting myself, not properly.
I'm sure you projected yourself very well.
Oh, no, Anna. That's not the truth. I know it, even if you don't. I wasn't in the right frame of mind, for one thing.
Because of Lucy?
No. I hadn't read that blasted magazine rubbish then. I just wasn't sufficiently enthusiastic, for one thing. I don't want to do the same sort of work again, especially not in a less responsible position. I think I need a new, different sort of challenge.
Then go to the bridge program.
The PR outfit?
Well, it's a positive step. If you're not going to take the job.
It's a draw.
Rubbish, the text is it easy.
I'll buy the wine.
The winner.
Oh, God. Oh, Roger won't interpret it as reckless spending.
Oh, never mind, Roger, I won't. Oh, God. Perhaps you should ring Rog before we eat.
What for?
Oh, I don't know. Just to let him know you won't be late.
Late? Oh, why shouldn't I be late? I'm trying to relax. Hello, have a table for two, please.
All the